Welcome everybody. I am here today with some awesome special guests, and gonna get them set up here in a couple minutes. But before we do that, I wanted to jump on into I'm actually still having the loading screen for Decentraland load. We're gonna head over to the I put the link. Hey Boomboxheads, I'm so stoked you're here. He's here in Zoom with us from IRL Gallery, and I'll hopefully be having a couple other people from there as well. I'm loading up Decentraland, being Decentraland, so it's taking a little bit. But yeah, let me change my screen and get that ready, and then I want to talk about a couple things before we chat with these awesome, cool people that are gonna come with us today. I have like many screens open as usual. Those of you who've watched me before know that's probably one of my biggest problems. Okay, let me I'm here in Decentraland, and let me run over there. Now let me change my screen over here, get myself all geared up, so I can do a couple of announcements before we dive into our interview. Sorry, do you mind repeating what you were saying about?
You're totally good. It's all good, man. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much, Fractilains, for having me on, and exploring the metaverse. My name is Godfrey. I was born inside the metaverse about like 3-4 years ago. I made myself an avatar, and I usually wear a boombox on my head inside these metaverse worlds. But I started off in VR chat, and I was really into game development and 3D modeling and things like that for a pretty long time. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I started making little mini games in Unity and found myself with a VR headset. And once I got the headset and realized I can upload custom user-generated content inside there, I started building worlds, and we started making these worlds that are like production studios. So we make music videos, and we were filmmakers in real life. So when we got into the metaverse, we started making podcast studios and kind of rooms just like this, like TV screens and media screens and places in the metaverse where we could actually make content. And then that was cool. We've been doing that for the last couple of years, me and Dank VR and a bunch of other metaverse natives.
Yeah, some of the stuff I started diving into what you've been doing. It's like so mind blowing. I can't wait to look at some of your builds in VR chat too. I haven't checked that out yet, and I got turned on to that like a while back through Queer Collective. We interviewed Metageist. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and through him, Meta Crew, who also does a lot of, I don't know if you know those guys.
Yeah.
Meta Rick and all those. They're such awesome folk.
Yeah,
so they've all showed me around their builds, and I'm part of their Discord. And so, yeah, there's so much to learn. And one of the things I love to showcase as a reporter here is metaverse builders and their journey and what they love and what they're doing. Because I'm always trying to, I was showcasing Mona Gallery because that was my first metaverse build. And just like, I think it's really cool and fun as a new person in the space to get involved, right? To try it.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I mean, when you first start building, you build your first creation. It's just you step back and you look at, wow, I built this world. It's really a mind-opening experience. And I've actually been really interested in importing a lot of my stuff into Decentraland. And I was just looking at the SDK last night and trying to get familiar with some of the documentation and all the interesting stuff that can be done there. So, like looking up triggers and all these cool things, and I was really interested in just starting to build over there and migrate, take the virtual Oregon Trail over to Decentraland.
Definitely, man. Yeah, you definitely sound like, oh, your audio just died, I think. I mean, a video. I think we've lost our guest. Maybe let's give it a minute. Well, yeah, Annie, if you want to, I was telling him, like, if you wanted to share with the community our plans for our upcoming proposal, and hopefully if anybody in the community knows of anybody we should reach out to help us get this proposal pass for the Decentraland DAO, that would be amazing. But yeah, you're the fearless leader.
Oh gosh. So basically IRL Art, which is an organization of artists and art directors with a focus on high impact projects based here in Denver, have been art stewards of ETH Denver for the last 3 years. This is our 4th year, I think. Yeah. And We do the art gallery, and we also have a gallery and venue in Denver, Colorado that we've been hosting NFT exhibits in, community events, all sorts of cool parties. And basically, we've been recreating our spaces, whether it's at IRL Underground as our club and gallery. And then we've done a few other exhibits. We recreate them in the metaverse as an attempt for documentation, but also to share our exhibits so that anyone in the world can get a sense or experience what we're doing. And we've never built in Decentraland before. We've built in Crypto Voxels, Somnium Space, Mona Gallery, and we've done Matterport scans. And you can find all of those in our link in our Twitter. We have a link in our bio that has all of our different spaces that are currently live. We're about to change out a bunch of them. But my partner, Yule, who is our main builder, he has just this epic vision of architect.firm. He just started that Twitter, so go find that and give him a follow because it's it's a new department or division of IRL art that we're hoping to build out more. In March, he is going to do a whole exhibit at our space where different people build different metaverses and then host galleries in them. So it'll be a gallery of galleries.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, an Inception gallery.
Like the Venice VR chat. Have you seen the Venice VR Festival VR chat?
Ooh, I'll have to go see that.
Have you checked that out, Godfrey?
No, not yet. We got to go on a field trip down there.
Oh,
check that out.
I found out about that through Metarick OG, who's a builder, and it's like they built a like it looks like Venice, and it's like within there, it's like you basically go to this place, and there's like portals to all these other builds that they curated, so they call it the Venice VR Festival.
Nice, cool.
And so to wrap that up, we have another big festival we art direct in Colorado in June called Sonic Bloom, and it's an independently run music festival. It's always had a huge art presence. That was really one of the big festivals where we got our legs building these really, I would say, like counterculture art galleries and really community driven art galleries. And we're essentially trying to wrap in all of these epic opportunities we have presented to the Decentraland community and hopefully get some funding to acquire some parcels and to grant ourselves as well as sub-grant out to help both educate ourselves and get some expert builders, but also new builders who've never built before. So we're finishing up the grant right now and getting a lot of people to weigh in on it. There's about 6 of us that would be participating on the project, but then bringing in more people through the sub-grants. And it's our effort to really build out architect firm more and both continue using our opportunities to build in the metaverse, but also strengthening and streamlining our process of onboarding more people into this space and providing opportunities for them to present their work and get exposure in these great opportunities, because ETH Denver is a huge conference. Sonic Bloom, I think, will be a really epic opportunity to show a lot of new people Decentraland. And we're always doing more stuff, and so I think that it would just be an epic opportunity to basically get the keys to the castle so that we can make epic progress building and learning in Decentraland.
Yay!
Nice.
No, I'm so stoked. Like when I first found out about you guys, it was I think it was an interview that you had posted in ETH Denver. It was like showcasing all the different artists that you curated, and right away I was like, oh my god, that's here! Like I had no idea, and I've been living here because of COVID for a while, and I've shown a lot of my friends I've been to your actual gallery, and it's just so beautiful, and like the artists you have showcased there, and what you guys are doing to me is just like tip of the tip of the tip of the you're just like it's beyond the tip of the spear in my opinion. It's just so It's
Yeah,
inspiring.
we've, our big mission this last 2 years was onboarding people, artists, and NFTs. And, we get granted through DAO to offset gas fees to help get artists some of their first crypto assets so they can learn how to exchange, how to add tokens to their wallet, and we go through all of that process with them on a more one-on-one basis so that we can really walk them through it. And I'm proud to say that we've helped onboard over 400 artists into NFTs. Some of them have been able to quit their jobs and have been really successful in
That's
NFTs.
awesome.
We
Cool.
focus on a lot of minorities because we want more diversity in the space. And now I think our effort is how do we take that a step further and really get people onboarded into the metaverse and really building and showcasing their NFT collections and art they're making. And, I think Mona Gallery was a big breakthrough for myself as a digital designer, because a 3D designer, because it's the first opportunity to actually sell one of our environments as an NFT versus a video or a
Cool.
JPEG of it. And so, I want to get more artists in and experimenting and really, I think this technology just benefits so greatly from artist perspectives and voices to really shape out like a real true community driven project and artist driven, technology. So, that's our big angle. And so by getting this grant, we would be able to, hopefully onboard dozens of artists into the metaverse, which would be epic.
Yeah. That sounds exciting, man. I mean, it's always good to see somebody finally have all the tools they need to build. And I've seen Decentraland come a long way, actually. I mean, I remember being in there a year and a half ago, and it was only a few parcels that were around with the little, and now there's so much going on. It's interesting, and I'm happy to stake our claim in the Decentraland universe and start building. I mean, there must be some way to do a test, like to test, right? So, I mean, or do you need an actual parcel to test? Is there like a test run?
Yeah, you could go into the builder and do stuff. And again, I haven't
Yeah.
played around with the builder much, but I know within the builder you can import models
Cool.
and do stuff like that. And again, it's the main
Yeah.
issues with the people I've worked with is like, obviously poly count. And depending on the size of the parcels you have, the more parcels you have, the more you can actually, the higher, poly count, all that stuff gets
Cool.
better. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice. Yeah, of course. You got to have limitations, and it was cool because I was reading up on how how the whole system works, and I'll get really familiar with it. But they have expert like builders, like Annie was saying, that know how to build these things out like crazy. Yeah,
yeah,
I
like,
want to get some exhibitions going on in the
hell
metaverse.
yeah.
I actually have never done my own, but we've hosted plenty. But it's like one of those things, like I always do everyone else's exhibitions, but I haven't done mine. But I have like a few little weird galleries that I have, but I need to get a parcel. But they're pretty expensive, I hear, these
Yeah,
days.
I think one of the most exciting aspects of Decentraland is you can actually build out whole games. And
Yeah,
that would be a unique way to expand what we're doing. We've never done that before. And I think that would be really fun to, we're kind of thinking about the grant as a 6-month project. So we would kick it off at East Denver and then do several other projects leading up to Sonic Bloom Music Festival. And the idea is maybe by Sonic Bloom, we have a full blown game within Decentraland that, we can
nice.
launch. So, I think that would be one of the grants that we would, be more specific and try to get an expert builder to help us understand the gaming element. So I think there's something really cool about like reciprocating education. Like we both need to learn
Yep.
as well as we want to teach. So, and I think
Mhm.
that's a really cool place to be because, you're always learning, but you're also always sharing, and that's where we're at. But I'm excited about the gaming. And so that's what I'm going to be playing around with the next couple of days is just really seeing the
Yeah.
games. And so if there's any cool ones you want to go, Fractilains. I'd love to
Yeah,
see
I
some
actually
of it.
have one, but right now I think
Yeah.
it would probably break everything. But I will definitely
Oh no.
send you. I have. Well, there's so many cool quests, and there's actually a brand new Christmas quest that just launched, and I can send you all those links whenever
Nice.
I've had several people as noobs on here, and we try to bring them to do quests. It's just like we're in slow motion running through the metaverse. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I have actually a couple that I'll definitely send your way, and that are cool builds and fun. They're quests, which are kind of, there's full on the game thing, but also there's quests too, which are really cool. And a lot of times when you can accomplish a quest, you either get like some kind of wearable or NFT or a POAP or an NFT or whatever
Nice.
you guys decide, which is a really fun community building element, right? So you have everybody be part of it and everyone gets this cool. I think the wearables even
Yeah.
is one of the best though, because then you get to wear it and then everyone knows you actually accomplished and finished that fun game or quest.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a cool element. I remember they did a big cube. I forget. I think it was
Yeah,
Toxam.
that's one of the ones I was going to show, Boston Protocol.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that one was crazy. Where
yeah,
it's like they looked through all the. There was, I don't remember exactly how it worked, but I remember them going. They were going nuts on Twitter, and everybody's trying to find the right cube or
yep.
something. And then yeah, that was really cool.
And then
And then I
within
think there's
there,
some
it's
NFTs
actually
in there.
most people saw that, and then there's another quest in that area of this giant, huge cave, which I wanted to show you guys,
Oh,
was just really cool. In the cave, you have to search for
nice.
these items, collect them, and then that one cube one is you have to find these reactors in a timed part, and then you get given a POAP and entered into a $30,000 drawing. So that hasn't
Nice.
happened yet, but like it was really hard. That game was like really well done, and the way it was
Nice.
designed was really cool. And technically, it was a quest, but it was like a quest game. But that one's definitely one,
Awesome.
Annie, that I think you'll enjoy exploring. And I'm not sure if they have those quests still available, if you can still actually get anything for it, because I think it was for that time. But each quest, a lot of I'll find a bunch of them so you'll get inspired because they're really, really cool. And I really love everything that you're saying, like in terms of like onboarding education. And that's basically what I try to do here. It's like I do this like for myself and for others because I love to learn. Like I'm here just like showcasing what I'm learning and what I love, and it's just like it's not like I know anything more than anyone else, but like I love to showcase. So like I was telling Godfrey, others will hopefully get inspired to try it out themselves. And that's the best way to learn. You got to participate.
Yeah. Thanks
And
for doing that because I
yeah,
mean it's good. Onboarding is so important. And yeah, shout out to you guys for doing that too. And you guys put on a lot of those crypto meetups. Those have been really cool. And we even saw crypto real estate. The first was this girl. It was she showed up. She knew nothing about NFTs or nothing, but it's amazing to see other industries are coming to start to show up and show interest and how it's starting to spread out. You know, it's pretty cool.
and Annie,
Imagine my house with an NFT. So it might be something soon.
so what is your like? I'm curious what you guys like. What is your where you think the future of the metaverse is headed?
Well, Annie's muted. Just letting you know. But do you want to go for that, Annie?
Sure. I think at least in the near term future, what we're looking towards, we're really passionate about like bridging physical and digital. So one of the things that we're trying to accomplish at Sonic Bloom Music Festival, which I think is a really, like for me, music festivals are like the in real life metaverse
Yep,
because they're
totally.
just these like playgrounds of art and music. And,
Yeah.
I think that for me, what IRL means is like, you know, capturing the epic sauciness of the internet and like anchoring it into reality, providing those like, I don't know, it's hard to put words to, but regardless, at Sonic Bloom, we're trying to do an AR overlay at the festival. And then that would be in the metaverse. And so, you know, really bridging these experiences so that people in real life can, see AR in this epic landscape, this beautiful festival grounds, but then it also being mirrored in the metaverse. And, I hope that for me, I hope that metaverses remain these like really special neutral places, like a meeting ground. It's one thing that I really love about like the crypto community is that like pulls together people on a shared mutual safe space. I hope that we can continue to promote that, but I don't know. It's hard to think beyond that. I think that it's all so much that I just try to think of okay, what does the next 6 months look like? So as far as thinking more beyond that, I'd be interested to hear what y'all think of future long term. I certainly have a lot of ideas about what I think the future of NFTs look like, but the metaverse is like a whole nother jungle.
Well, I love what you said about, the one-to-one mirror of bringing the digital and physical together, and that making those experiences like that is awesome. And I can't wait to see that. Also, it's kind of like a time capsule. Once this event has passed, if you weren't there in real life and you want to go back to it, or say you were there in real life and you want to go back to it 10 years later, we'll still have these models, these skins, these sets. We might even be able to record the whole audio set maybe, and then play it back in the future after it was done live. I mean, there's so much possibilities with that. And I saw some of the last couple of years, the video you showed me of the festival, and it is awesome, man. That is going to be incredible. I can't wait to see the mirror. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think accessibility, I think that's, the idea of bridging this global community together. People that might have seen, info about ETH Denver or Sonic Bloom, and especially because we're still dealing with the pandemic, that, there's travel restrictions, but there's, technology has this beautiful way of still providing really incredible experiences for anyone in the world. So, whether you might have a different ability or, have social anxiety or a number of things that keep you from being able to have these kinds of experiences, I think the metaverse just enables more people to be able to see things that maybe they would have never seen before, experienced before. And so I think that's a big angle of ours, is really bridging this global community that does, care about experiences and creativity and expression, and technology, but might not have otherwise had that outlet or that meeting ground place.
Yeah. Incredible. And in the future, I guess, if we're just look into the crystal ball of the future of the metaverse, I would say it's going to be more people working in there, actually spending the whole day in there, but not inside per se like a virtual tethered headset, more of like an AR enabled / VR kind of device where you can go in and out of VR. I see it kind of going on that and getting lighter and smaller until it's just a pair of glasses, and you could just turn on and off the VR, AR, and then we'll be using it just like we use, the internet. It'll just be another form of 3D internet everywhere, like everywhere you look, and you can't get away from it. No, it'll be cool. You'll be able to turn off all your devices, and maybe we'll promote more mobile use, is what I'm saying. Like right now, you have to sit down and set up a whole system to do all this stuff. But in the future, the processing power will be cheaper, and we'll be encouraging people to get out and use their AR, VR tools instead of being stuck in one place.
Yeah, and I'll speak on behalf of Yule for a little bit. He grew up playing Minecraft, and realistically never saw any kind of job opportunity for that. He just loved building in Minecraft. Nice. And last year for ETH Denver, I wanted to build in crypto voxels ourselves, and I knew I couldn't do it by myself, and I needed at least one other person to help. And before that, our buddy Jin built gallery in crypto voxels, who he's like the most old school legendary metaverse guy. I love Jin. But for Yule, the opportunity to actually get paid to build in these metaverses is so cool and was so mind-blowing to him. And I think that it's just been really energizing for him, to where now he's getting enough opportunities and sees this vision of an actual digital firm of providing opportunities and education. And so I think we're already there a little bit. I think that there's so much more room to grow for sure. And we have this cool resource doc we put together. I can drop in Twitch. It's got
please.
some stuff for the metaverse, but we want to build out like a whole page for metaverse resources. That's kind of one of our next things. But really,
Nice.
yeah, creating that support system for people, who this is their goal and dream as a career, because I think it is very viable and will only keep increasing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how like 9 months ago when I entered, I just like it basically started as I do freelance for this nonprofit and I wanted to enter the space, so they just like, hey, go check it out, and then you get sucked down the vortex rabbit hole, and now I want to be a metaverse builder because it was so much fun, like being able to like bring I mean, it's so amazing, like that first moment when you're in your world. I can't wait till Mona is VR as well. Like when I went to VR chat, that's when it's like, oh my god, I have to build in here when I can create and actually walk around my creation just like in my VR headset and have other people. I mean, it's just like there's something that happens to your brain. Like my brain is like now like thinking differently and everything's just like almost like it scans things and it's just doing some weird, really cool stuff to my mind.
It's almost like having a dream machine because you
Yes.
can create anything and then experience it. So it's like you got a dream machine for real.
Yep.
It's really fun.
That's exactly it. But yes, if you could, you dropped the resource. Yeah, that resource. And also, what does he have a link to the what is it? What is the name of the architect firm that the one that
Yeah, I'll
tech?
drop that Twitter. He just started it, but I think he's already shared one really epic opportunity. That's through Vertical Crypto Art. So they have a residency program for
awesome.
metaverse builders. And I love what they're doing. Huge inspiration for, similar ideas of what we're working on. And we're all about just cross-organizational support because we do just believe like we want us all to succeed. And I think we're all pushing towards the same vision. And so I think that opportunity is on there, and which is live right now. And we'll be hopefully posting more stuff soon.
Nice.
Yeah, Vertical Crypto Art. I remember hearing about them back. I mean, I haven't been in the space a super long time. It's been about 9 months, but it feels like an eternity in crypto. Like a week in here is like a year.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Those times, it's just the clock is just going.
Yeah. No, I'm just excited to see where this leads, and hopefully, other people. It definitely, like whenever you create something, like whatever the outcome, I always meet some incredible people, and it's just like that to me. It's just like it's like the gold nugget, right? Like all the connections you make, no matter what. Uh-oh, I think his feed died again.
And also for listeners, we have 2 calls for artists right now for ETH Denver. So there's 2 ways to get your art shown both at ETH Denver and our galleries. So we'll have a lot of the artwork that's at ETH Denver displayed at our gallery too for the month of February. And it's an epic conference. There's like over 5,000 attendees. So I'll also drop those links in the Twitch. But one is for the ETH Denver call for artists, and one is for an auction that Gitcoin is hosting. So kind of 2 different themes, but you can learn more on the links for the calls for artists.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that too. I'll definitely reshare, and this one I'll definitely repost on Creator Collectives, my own stuff. And then I like taking like little tidbits from each other because there's so much wisdom you guys have shared and cool ideas on here that I'm stoked. I don't know if he's able to. Here, let's see if I can. Are you also watching live or no the stream? Let me see. I'm gonna try to see if I can load this one place that I wanted to show you. It might just crash everything, but I think it'll be worth it. You're back.
I had another. I don't know. So I got to work on my system. It's still new, but it's a good test. Thank you for helping me get through this. Because something happened, but I have audio now. I'll fix my video.
Here,
what
for
were
those,
you guys saying?
No, I was just gonna see if I could load up this one world it has a cool quest, the Boston Protocol, that place that you were talking about.
Nice.
So I'm gonna see if it works. It might crash everything, or it might take a while to load. But let me just here. I'm gonna share the link for everybody in the chat, and then just show you guys. Yeah, it's usually whenever Zoom is involved, it's very slow and laggy. But here, let me see if I can change this up here. And so whenever you're Decentraland, if you try to change to a different place, you can either, click on the full link, but if you go to the bottom left, there's a little chat box, and if you do /go-to and type in the actual coordinates, it loads like way faster. So that's just so those of you who are actually here, let me copy and paste this in the chat too. Those of you who are already in there, you can just type this, and it'll take you to that space. Oh, I didn't like it. Okay, so hold on. I don't think it likes having that go to. It sees it as a command, but you have to do /go-to and then here. Let me not put the slash in front, and you guys can put a slash in front of it, and maybe it'll work this time. Yeah. So you do slash in front of go-to, and then put in the coordinates, and it'll actually take you to that place. And it loads way better than just like reloading everything.
There you go.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh, now you're a donkey.
Yeah, this is because I can't fix anything. I'm a jackass. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now this is the behind the scenes look though. This is the actual just the TV in the green without OBS or anything. Just the actual
That's
snap.
cool.
I wonder if this will crash. If this crashes, I know it's Snapchat. Because now there's no OBS involved, but we're good.
Okay,
yeah,
now it's. Oh, we to hear what I. Okay, cool.
Yep, I'll log in there with you guys.
Yeah, again, it'll probably crash, but also I'll be linking to the proposal once it's live as well, and also posting all of this on my Instagram on both Critter Collective and Fractilains for the opportunities, especially for ETH Denver. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And do you have any tips for artists who are new, who would be scared to enter a contest, or to just give it a go?
Well,
as far as the metaverse goes, I'm more familiar with crypto voxels, and you can do free spaces, and we need to link it, but Faylure, Faylure, put a great tutorial doc together of how to get going in free spaces and building crypto voxels. And there's certainly ways to just build in world that don't require any coding or anything like that. So that would be that was our first way that we got going. And I was really surprised at how easy it was. I think took us a few days to really get familiar with everything, but then it was really easy after that. We just kind of kept learning. So, and I'd be interested if Decentraland offers, free spaces or anything like that. I know you mentioned something earlier. That's kind of why we're approaching the grant, so that we can kind of get access to Decentraland. But I also really just love crypto voxels, and it was our first foray into the metaverse building.
No, that's awesome.
Nice.
It's. Oh, go ahead, Godfrey. Sorry.
No, we're good. I don't even know. I watched into the sunset. I'm sorry. My bad. We're fixed now. Normal. Yeah. So they just go for it. I mean, bring your best for these competitions, but just don't worry if you don't win. I've entered my fair share of plenty of things in my life, and not one, but you will get through. Just have to try. Definitely can't win if you don't try, or you can't get through if you don't try. So I mean, definitely just do it.
No, for sure. It's funny because like we just did recent contests, and it's like a lot of people say they want to do it, and then they they say, oh, it's I don't know if I can do it. It's like, well, like you just said, it's just try. And even I'd never built anything in any metaverse, and that's the best way to learn. And also it's fun because a lot of these contests are build-a-thons or hackathons. You have a community that will help you, or that you're all struggling or learning together, right?
For sure. I love that. I mean, the best time of my VR, I guess, life was meeting the first couple of developers like a couple years ago, and it was just there's actually a lot of developers early on in VR because there wasn't a lot of new users. You had to get a headset and a gaming computer, and there wasn't any wireless stuff yet. So at the time, the first people I met were like builders and people building things, and it was great when you get a room of like 20 or get a group of 20 or 30 builders together. It's awesome, man. Everybody's just bouncing ideas around, and then the meetups are really fun. Like when we get to see all each other's worlds. So those meetups and the sharing of information, and then the best part's when they have like repositories of all the stuff we built. So in VR
Yes.
chat, we didn't really have that, but we built some like Google spreadsheets and stuff like that, and put together a bunch of the prefabs. And Unity we use prefabs, but yeah, if we see something like that, for Decentraland, which is like a community like repo of all the stuff, so we can get from A to B quicker, A to Z. Like if someone already makes, for instance, like a car, they should consider sharing the blueprints for that so that other people can build customized versions of that if they want to open source their project. But there's a lot of room for that since there's scripting and programming. So I would like to see that. Maybe there is that, but if there isn't, that's something that would help the community build worlds quicker. Just be able to grab pre-made assets and configurations like doors or buttons or monitors and all the generic things that people would need to get started. But then it can get more customized. Like we'll see like crazy paintbrushes with the eraser tools and things like that people make. The more we share, the better the whole ecosystem is going to be for creators.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also really important to like, for many years I taught like, beginner digital media workshops and stuff. And a lot of times like all of these build-a-thons, they say it's intro or beginner, but it's not. So like I'm always like as a beginner having to find like the for dummies, like the basic like, and it's something that's important I think for a lot of people to remember is like there's people, if they're new, they're really new. They have no idea what the term prefab even means. You're just like,
Yeah.
what do you mean like what and all these levels. So I've had to like after creating my first I'm actually now going back and learning all the basics and being like, oh, now I know what the hell this. So it's like it's great when
Awesome.
people recognize that and provide really beginner material to get them to the level of like, okay, now maybe I can participate and feel more confident.
Yeah, definitely. Live events can be coming soon. Well, they are doing live events, but the interesting types of stages people make and the way that they do the live events and structure them is interesting. Like the sound. I mean, I went to a live event the other night, and the sound was a function system. Annie will tell you how dope that is. That thing sounds crazy. I think even the police came and said, "Turn it down."
That's awesome.
Like,
That's when you know you're doing it right.
but it was cool. There was no problem. It was all fine. But fire sound system. So I'm trying to wonder, like, when we get that inside VR. Right now it's always like sound in our streams are hard to deal with. Inside VR, it's also a pain. But if we approach it like video game audio, then we can get closer to that kind of stereo experience. But maybe one day we'll have some, I don't know, something that like hooks up to your brain and makes you feel the stuff or something. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get it implanted in my head. As long as it's some shit you just put on your head, like a hat, I'll try it.
No,
Isn't that how they electrify people too? Oh, I gotta be careful. So,
but we have for some reason the Zoom I logged in on is the one that's not my pro. So we have 4 minutes left of our Zoom talk. But I just
cool.
if it shuts down, then it wasn't me like accidentally doing something silly. But I really wanted to thank you both for taking the time to come join me, and definitely hope I for the next 2 weeks it's vacation, so I'll be off not streaming. But when I come back, we'll definitely hopefully the proposal will be up. We'll have you guys back on, talk about it, or hopefully we'll say it's passed, and talk about our, it's always great to share your roadmap and what you plan on doing, so whoever in the community wants to join in can help out.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us and doing this and taking the time out to bring us in and working through the technical difficulties. And I look forward to like meeting with you guys any shape or form, any capacity, whether it's Zoom, whether you want to be in the green TV, or you guys all come hang out here. We got a bunch of mics, so we really got to just keep doing this because this has been really fun.
Dude, I definitely want to visit that studio. I can't believe I thought you had been there for years by the setup, and then when you said you just moved there, I was like, what?
This is all brand new. We gotta get it popping. We gotta, well,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
Annie just recorded about a platinum album in here last night, but that's just too much alpha for you right now.
That's wicked.
We'll have to save. I'm just kidding. No, Annie is awesome, and we tested the microphones. But so anytime you guys want to use the studio, come by. You're welcome to.
Yeah, it's awesome. So wait, I'm curious. Where did you come from? Where did you move from?
I'm from all around the world. No, I'm from originally Florida, but I moved around. I lived up in East Coast for a while in Pittsburgh, and then I lived in Florida for most of my life. But then down in Mississippi randomly for a while because where some family went, and then up and down the East Coast. But then I ended up landing here just because I wanted to come out here and study some industry stuff, and I ended up loving it here. So I left for a while, but came back. So I know it's a weird story, but I've been around, been all over the place, worked in all the major cities for a while, and then ended up thinking that Colorado was the best place because of the crypto people and peeps like, friends like IRL Art and the crew and, Metafactory. There's a lot of folks out here that are awesome, dude. Awesome people.
Wicked.
And apparently you're out here too. So that makes one more person. Thank you.
Yeah, so stoked that again, when I first found out like IRL was right down the road, I was like, got in my car. I didn't even know how to find it. I was like, I need to find, I wandered around roads because it's kind of hard to find. But I kept with it.
Parking, but yeah.
Yeah, I asked lots of random kind of people that I weren't sure if they were friendly. They didn't lead me astray. So, Annie, if you have any last words before our minute explodes and we're poof out of Zoom.
I'm just grateful for you and excited for the future and our like humble metaverse gang to watch it grow and just become full Power Ranger mode.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. We're just like, we lose power up, our AR view. I'm all about it, dude.
Yeah, we just really need to figure out what color each of us are gonna be. So
well, I could be that guy.
Oh, look at him.
Face guy.
That's awesome.
Like, Annie, you have a crypto mission.
Now he's flexing his coolness, right? Look at that. He's like, I've got more buttons than you do. I'm a green screen machine.
It's fun, man. We'll have a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, I'm so jealous. Like, you're gonna be the sensei. We're gonna be like, teach us the green screen master here.
It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun.
That's wicked. Well, I'm just stoked and excited, and can't wait for the community to read up on the proposal and hopefully get inspired and help support it.
Hell yeah, definitely check that out, everybody. And man, so is this where we're signing off? We saying peace out to the peeps?
I think we're saying peace out, and then I'm just gonna say my closing remarks, and because the Zoom is about to poof, it's having the little timey countdown.
Well, much love, everybody. Check out the internets. We'll see you on the memes. I love you.
Thank you. That was awesome. So stoked you were